Hello, I am delighted to be here today with Jess Manniken and Mark Farrell, who represented the school at this year's European Business Plan of the Year competition at Alba Business School in Athens. Mark, what convinced you to take part in the competition and wanting to be part of the team that represents the school at the EBPYC?
When I first came to Cranfield, I really wanted to push the envelope, and this was an opportunity for me to not only achieve my goal for doing that, but it allowed me to take the key aspects of the Cranfield MBA experience in terms of all the core classes and the OB part, so the personal piece. So it was really, I really wanted to have another more challenging opportunity to really use the skills that I learned on the MBA, so transferring the knowledge into action, but also learn and apply more of the OB aspects, not only for myself, but then in the group I was in. So it was a wonderful opportunity to do that, and I don't regret it at all.
Fantastic. If you had to think, Jess, about what are the main learnings for you from the competition, if you had to think of three, what would you say they are?
I think the first learning was the extent to which actually entrepreneurship is driven by the individuals rather than the business idea itself. And we very quickly learned the power of the personalities in the room in terms of engaging with the judges. Another key learning was really what we were capable of as a team. So it gave us the opportunity to really push ourselves and see what we were able to deliver. And I think the final learning was actually in terms of taking a business idea forward, it's not about looking for the perfect answer. It's about making a decision at that point in time which enables you to move forward. And actually you can always go back and revisit that decision, but until you make the decision, you just end up stuck, not going anywhere.
Thank you. I mean, Mark, if you think, what were the three main lessons or learnings that you took away from the competition?
The three main lessons were: one, really have a good understanding of your team and make sure you have teamwork, because your team are going to be there for you when you're down. So we had some people that had to go away or had personal commitments they could make. So having a really strong team really pulled us through. So that would be the first thing, is the importance of teamwork and the strong bonds. The second thing I take away is all the learning out of the MBA and the power of the entrepreneurship course, but not only that, so as a capstone, but really applying all the knowledge that I learned. And then finally for me is really, what does it take to be an entrepreneur? And so you have this first taste as a springboard into really becoming an entrepreneur. And then only, so whether you take that as and launch your business, or whether you remain within an organization and pursue the aspects of entrepreneurship, I think to me there's a host of key skills that I learned, not only from a personal, professional development sense, but also from the application of the learning on the course. So those are things I take away, and also the confidence to pursue the business idea itself.
If you had to think about, recommendations for next year's team for Cranfield, what would those be? How can they best prepare?
Well, preparation is key, I would say. So it takes a lot more work than you would anticipate to actually get yourselves ready to pitch. So do as much of that in advance as possible. My other key recommendation would be have some support ready at home to help you. So we were actually able to call on people to do additional research for us whilst we were at the formal dinner, waiting to find out whether we got through to the final, and that was really, really helpful. My other key piece of advice would be in terms of that interaction between the team members, and you have to be pulling together to actually move forward, and there will be times at which you have to say, right, just stop, we're not doing that, we're moving forward, and there really is no space for ego within that. It's absolutely about bringing the team to a point of being ready to present, and that's got to be your key focus.
Mark, what would you say are your key recommendations for next year's team that represents Cranfield at the EBPYC? Okay,
so the key recommendations are: build a very strong team. So make sure you have a really strong team, the support. I think going back again to what Jess said in terms of having the network back here at Cranfield, so make sure you have people back. And I think the final thing is really be clear about how you create value, what your idea is, and be able to explain your idea essentially in 30 seconds. If you can go up to your grandmother or to anybody in the street and explain your idea in 30 seconds, then you have a really good shot at doing well in the competition. And it also helps you solidify in your own mind what the idea is and what the key benefits are to your client or customer. So I think that, to me, is a recommendation, to be very clear about the business idea so that you can explain it to anybody, essentially.
I mean, why Cranfield takes part in the European Business Plan of the Year competition is very much about integrating knowledge with action. And this is why every year we send a team to EBPYC, because it allows the students to apply what they've learned at Cranfield, but not only the facts like the finance, the operations, but it's very much about the personal, the leadership skills, which we focus so much on. So it's very much, I guess, within the mission of the University, of knowledge into action.